How's it going, YouTube? This is Kelp 2012. Decided to make a secondary video. Alright. Yeah. Anyway. This is on the subject of the Denver International Airport. I did one once before, a few years ago. And got quite the acclaim for it. No royalties though. Really sucks. But anyway, with everything going on the past few months and so on, with the L&M thing and all that, and everything leading up to the 26th of September, we're seeing, you know, the president showing up, right at about 100 different governmental agencies showing up. We had the terrorist drills, we had the space fair, all of these things. And not to mention, you know, they brought up the case that, you know, the CIA has officially moved their main offices to Denver now, which they were in the process of doing a few years back. And about a month previous to the 26th, we had those, well, not quite a month, we had those two little earthquakes where we never have earthquakes ever. And that was in Virginia and in Denver. Then some people put out some information stating that they felt it like they were more percussion tremors as opposed to a real seismic event, because seismic events have specific characteristics of which these did not. So they reacted more like a tremor from an explosion than an actual earthquake. Okay, that being said, who's to say, you know, they've been doing work on the Denver bunker underneath the airport for what, a decade? A little bit more? Tunnel systems, rail systems, blah 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 blah, you know. We all know the whole story about the Denver International Airport and the bunker system. But even when Jesse Ventura was doing his video, you saw people still working, contractors and such out there. But here's something that I don't think anybody's really thought of. What if this was a ribbon cutting ceremony? The completion of this facility, this underground facility. All of the governmental agencies have pretty much moved to, you know, the central U.S., Denver. And now with the finish of the building of the bunker, or underground city, everybody got together, had one big old huge party, the only way the elites in the government would. How do you do that? Well, you have a big old space fair, big old party, military shows off its grandiose ideas by doing a big huge military drill, show off their skills and their new toys. President shows up, Congress takes a vacay. Sound like they christened a whole new city under there, didn't it? It's just a thought. I know you're asking, well, what about the, you know, the explosions, the earthquakes? Well, you know, if you're going to build an underground city, you're going to have a lot of different tunnel systems. Now you got to remember, these tunnels, these aren't just tunnels. These things were flat out massive. Diesel trucks You know, two of them, one on, you know, going through these things at one time. These were not, I mean, these were not small. You take a picture of, you know, a guy standing in one of these tunnels, and they're massive. And not to mention, deep underground. Well, just like in mining, you're going to have certain tunnels that you're going to use for access tunnels. Then you're going to have supply lines and so on and so forth. And when everything's said and done, right before everything's finished, you know, you got to get rid of the stuff that you don't need. Make sure that it's well sealed in there and everything else. And, you know, hey, it's not like you can use C4 that deep. I mean, you're talking about solid rock. We're not talking about buildings, dude. We're talking about solid rock that only nuclear drills can get through. So, they blew them. Then a couple weeks later, they have a big old ribbon cutting ceremony. And don't get me wrong, I was all over this element thing. I mean, a fellow YouTuber of mine who's been after me to make videos again for a long time, and that's NWO Resistance Militia channel. You know, he was the one that, you know, aligned up all of the dates with Ellen and these earthquakes. I mean, boy, scared the shit out of me. But nothing happened on the 26th. Or did it? Just a thought. You know, like I said with my original video on the Denver International Airport, it's just an opinion, it's just a thought, something to think about. We shall see what happens. Comment, subscribe, and yeah, this is Kel 2012 out.